My wife Lindsay and I do like to go out and eat. We tend to like the same foods, which is nice. Helps with the relationship. My ex-wife and I were not on the same page when it came to food. I'm definitely a carnivore. My ex-wife is a vegetarian and a real vegetarian. And I say real because I'm amazed how many people do not seem to understand what being a vegetarian is. It's a very simple club. But I still hear people say stuff like, oh yeah, I'm a vegetarian. I mean, I eat like a little bit of chicken. Well, then you're not a vegetarian. You're what's known as a liar. My ex-wife and I watched that movie Alive years ago. That rugby team down in South America, they crashed their plane in the Andes. They had to eat each other to survive and make it off the mountain. She was horrified. She was like, no. I couldn't do it. I couldn't live with that, those memories. I couldn't eat. Oh my God. I mean, could you do that? Seriously, could you do that? Seriously, have we met? I love meat. I love to live. 1 + 1 = I call ribs. Ever since watching that movie, when I fly, I throw a little A1 in my suitcase. This was a crash. Now it's more of a barbecue. Lindsay and I, we get along really well. We argue, but whatever. Every couple argues. Our main argument's over communication stuff. And I feel like that's every couple has some kind of communication issue. I know what ours is. It's the same argument all the time. My wife, Lindsay, thinks that I don't listen to her enough. And I don't care about that. And it upsets her that I don't care. She's right. I could listen more. I could definitely work on more effective listening. And I will when she starts working on telling better, shorter stories. Yeah. What about that part of the equation? Why is it always the listener's fault? That's not logical. People love to be entertained by a good story. They love to be captivated by a good tale. If someone consistently doesn't love your stories, well, maybe you're no Stephen King, my friend. Right, maybe less details, more action. Wrap it up from time to time. She's always like, are you even listening right now? No, how could I be? I'm a human being. My attention span has limits. You've been talking for 25 minutes about some lady I have never met, having problems I do not care about. If this was a channel, I would have changed it 25 minutes ago. This is the worst melodrama I've ever seen in my life. We're very different, She's much more verbal than I am. She likes small talk. I'm not much of a small talk person. But luckily, she has other outlets. Like she talks to her friend Natasha literally every day on the phone. No part of me understands that. It took a long time. One time they talked for 3 hours in the morning after already having talked on the phone the night before. So I assumed logically that something had gone horribly wrong in Natasha's life. I was like, what's going on with Natasha? Is she okay? And she was like, yeah, she's fine. Well, why are you talking so long? She's like, what do you care? I'm like, you haven't been awake long enough to mathematically have enough new subject matter to discuss. What, are you just hitting highlights of previous conversations? Put a little montage reel together, I'm so different. I didn't talk to my best friend from college for over 2 years. We finally caught up on the phone. 15 minutes, we're done. I feel like we're as good of friends as ever. The conversation was so short, it annoyed Lindsay. She was like, how could you even call him your friend? You don't know anything about him. How is his wife? How are his kids? I was like, I don't know. We don't talk about dumb stuff like that. We keep it light. We keep it moving. I don't know details, but I do know his family is alive and well. If something would have happened to them, it would have come up at some point.